Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
This is the Knockout Artist, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notify bell next to it to make sure you always got your new Going In Raw notifications 24 hours. Let's see here. 2 new patrons, John McCleve and Dixon Cider.
Oh, wow.
Who wants some Dixon Cider? It'll warm your gullet. Well, thank you, old-timey guy.
Isn't gullet just your mouth?
I think it's going to warm your mouth.
Well, you want something that's going to warm all the way down.
No, just your gullet.
Oh, okay.
Then it turns ice cold.
Oh, but
it's my new tonic.
By the time it goes down your feed hole into your innards.
Into your innards. Exactly. Anyways, so yeah. Thanks everybody for the support. We
cool, great
it.
show.
Yeah, awesome show.
Have a good one, everybody.
No, man, we still have 3 hours of wrestling to talk about, including the debut of Eric Bugenhagen. What do you think of Eric Bugenhagen?
Well, I mean, I remember seeing the promo bit that you saw him while you were at the Performance Center.
Yeah.
And that was good. I liked his promo.
He
said, we've got the keys, and he actually produced the key ring with keys on it.
Yes.
I thought that was funny.
You were tickled by that.
Yeah, that was clever.
Yeah. Quite a force of character, that Eric Bugenhagen.
Yeah, he's got a pretty large personality. You watch some of his he has like a YouTube channel where he has some like dieting tips.
Yeah.
He was showing how you could eat like 5,000 calories a day pretty easily.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah, his natural personality comes off as larger than life.
Yeah, it's pretty infectious too. Yeah. Obviously, because he went out there and air guitar a couple times and everybody loved him.
Yeah, and he hit those high notes.
Yeah.
You know how I knew? So, like you said, while the performer, you can see this in the vlog that I did for the Performance Center stuff back in October. So when I saw him do his, I had no idea who he was in the Performance Center when he did his little promo thing. These days it's like everybody who goes to NXT, but they're developmental. If they'll bring in entire classes of people, and they'll have like in one of the latest class they had like Penelope Ford. And,
well, she's had a tryout. She didn't actually make the cut though.
Okay. At the tryouts they'll bring in names that we've heard of. And then there's like 5 or 6 other people who come from other sports.
In his case, I believe he was an amateur wrestler. They said he wrestled at Wisconsin.
Okay, yeah.
Did
he also do, I forget about did he do any bodybuilding? He is a jacked dude.
Oh, he is jacked, so maybe,
I don't know. He also, his YouTube stuff, I believe, also might have got him some attention because I think he's been doing that for a little while, and he's been amassing a bit of a fan base just on his own doing that.
Gotcha.
Through his own sheer force personality. Cal Jack tweeted out that he had wrestled him a bunch of times, I believe in high school or maybe at the collegiate level. I forget.
Yeah.
So he's a deep cut developmental guy.
Mm-hmm.
And when my Twitters, because I watched NXT late last night, but while NXT was airing, my Twitter started blowing up saying, "Oh my God, this guy's going to be going in Raw Wrestle of the Year."
I saw that too.
And immediately I knew who it was.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, oh, it's him. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was pretty interesting. We got the debut of Eric Bugenhagen.
I hope they just, if I assume he's going to be on TV more often given the reaction he got, I hope they develop the character a bit more than just 80s glam rock air guitar guy.
Yeah.
Because if not, it's going to be another No Way Jose situation.
Yeah. I completely 100% agree with you. This guy, his sheer force of like natural charisma.
Oh, yeah, it's off the charts. But that being said,
it puts him a bit ahead of No Way Jose. But I agree with you.
That being said, like when you get to the main roster, you need more going on than air guitar guy.
You're right. Well, maybe we'll find out. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I like this guy's chances better than a lot of the other guys that we've already seen on TV. For example, I think his charisma far outdoes Kona Reeves.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Matha.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you were to put him side by side with No Way Jose, I'd like this dude's chances a lot better.
Oh, I do too, because he's got his charisma is off the charts, but he's got to start be put in positions where you can put on good matches.
I wonder.
Show some more dimensions to his character.
No, I know. I just wonder. I wonder when the next time we're actually going to see him.
Yeah, I know. I have no idea.
So, this could very well be. Hey, we like what you've been doing on the house show circuit. Let's roll you out for TV and see what people think about you.
Yeah.
Let's see how you. And I thought, just from initial appearances, man, I thought he killed it. I thought he did everything
he
you should do.
comported himself really well.
Yeah, but it wouldn't surprise me if the next time we see him is going to be 6 months from now, and he's got a new name and an actual gimmick.
Instead of hair metal air guitar guy, he's death metal air guitar guy.
Yeah, death metal has more. You can do more with that, I think.
Yeah, there's layers, dimension.
Exactly. Maybe they're going to try to ride this whole Rowan Viking metal, introducing Viking metal to the WWE Universe thing.
Well, that's kind of what Bludgeon Brothers were anyways.
Yeah.
Not exactly Viking, but some sort of medieval metal type gimmick. That's kind of what it was. The double bass drum in there and everything.
Yeah. So anyways, so that was a lot of fun. We'll get to him in more detail, a little bit more detail in just a little bit. But NXT kicked off Larson with a Johnny Gargano promo.
With Johnny Champion promo.
John Champion.
So, he came out and said, I want to take over. I'm a champion now. Feels good. He had a little more pep in his step.
Oh, yeah. A little more arrogance in his tone. He had a tone of voice, Larson.
He did have tone. He carried himself in such a way that he was not exactly a good guy Johnny Wrestling anymore.
No. Crowd loved it, though.
Yeah.
And
you deserve it, all that stuff.
Tommaso Ciampa came to the ramp, or to the stage, and said, he said, I'm not out here to ruin your celebration, but, it was great with you out there. This is our moment. You're next to me.
And then Johnny says, no, the only reason I came out at the end of TakeOver is to show you, Ciampa. I don't need you, Ciampa, to get the job done.
Well, he needs his vile tactics. I think that's sort of the larger issue that Johnny Wrestling is missing.
And I think that's what Tommaso Ciampa said in his promo, too. Say, I set the template. You followed said template, and now look at you. You're champion. Yeah. Anyways, Velveteen Dream comes down. He
Super
says,
babyface.
I won Worlds Collide. I get title shot. He goes with Ciampa and says, I don't want you. While looking at his belt, goes in the ring, Johnny's face, and says, I want you.
I want you.
I want that North American title. Johnny accepts. He and Velveteen Dream start arguing, not into the microphone, so I don't know what they're saying. And Johnny kind of leaves the ring, and he starts to back up the ramp, and Ciampa's still there.
Yeah.
And he stands next to Ciampa, kind of looks at him a little bit, looks in the ring at Velveteen Dream. So that's the conundrum that Johnny Wrestling is in now. Does he? Because you can tell he felt threatened by Velveteen Dream's challenge in the ring. He's a formidable opponent. I think Velveteen Dream beat him recently. Didn't Velveteen Dream beat him on NXT TV?
Beat who, Gargano?
Yeah.
That I don't remember.
Thought he did.
I don't remember.
Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, please. So he might have to ask for, or just kind of say, hey, Ciampa, I can do this myself.
Yeah.
I'm winking.
And Ciampa's like, do you have something in your eye? That's like the word. Is that your wink? That's a terrible wink.
No, that's my obvious wink.
Oh, okay. Give me a real wink. Okay, that makes more sense. The other one just confused me.
I was overdoing it.
Like, this guy's got some lemon in his eye. He's got some lemon juice in there. Like Costanza. Oh, man. This is great. Next. So we're getting that match in 2 weeks. It was announced later in the show.
Yeah.
Jackson Ryker of Forgotten Sons.
Yeah, he beat him.
Versus, what's this kid's name? Something Mansoor?
Yes, Manny.
Yeah.
He wrestles in NorCal.
He was a NorCal wrestler, and of course he was the
Manny Fabarino.
He was there you go.
Yeah.
He was the guy who made sort of the biggest splash at the
Greatest Rumble.
Greatest Rumble.
Yeah, and they had they had a training camp in Saudi Arabia leading up to Greatest Royal Rumble, and he was kind of like the standout guy.
Yeah.
Amongst the group of wrestlers who were in the ring.
Yeah.
Because he's been wrestling out here for a long time.
Very charismatic fellow.
Yeah.
In any event, he got murdered by Jackson Ryker. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
They were wiping Mansoor off the mat after this one. Ryker wins with a really great looking. Actually, this is the most crisp I've seen Jackson Ryker.
Yeah, he's got a new finisher. He doesn't do that thing where he tries to bounce him off the ropes into
Wise
a powerbomb.
move, considering it took 3 times to get it right last time.
Yes.
The Forgotten Son still cracked me up though. But with more bits like this, they will continue to gain some form of legitimacy, hopefully, and they won't be seen as so much of a joke.
I feel like they want them to be like the new version of Sanity.
Yeah, sure.
But they don't have like that cool it thing that Sanity had.
Well, Eric Young was so cool in the first place.
Yeah.
And then you throw Damo in there once they got rid of Sawyer Fulton.
Yeah.
And then Alexander Wolf is weird looking, and then you got Nikki
Cross,
who's just a treasure.
It's great.
You're right. These guys are like very surface, and they're cheesy and
yeah.
doughy.
Whereas like we never got a proper manifesto from Sanity, which I kind of wish we got. But at the same time, just by looking at them, you know what they're all about.
Yeah.
And you don't get that same thing from Forgotten Sons.
No, we've talked about this endlessly, and it's always a conversation that I love revisiting because it makes me laugh. But they're kind of like, you look at them and it's like, oh, are they kind of a biker gang?
DC 5-Speed says Cole Quinn. Manny Fabrino was Cole Quinn.
Oh, that's right.
Cole Quinn in
That's
2K19.
Right.
Yep,
that's right. Did we ever find out if AJ Kirsch ever had a wrestling match against Manny?
I don't know.
Find out if Cole Quinn versus Superstar ever fought. Buzz.
Now I do have something in my eye.
Oh no! Are you winking at me? Do I need to do something?
No,
You're trying to suggest something.
No, I have an eyelash in my eye. Anyways,
Oh
continue.
dear. Anyways, so yeah, are they a biker gang? Are they a group of disgruntled veterans? What are they? A mishmash of the two? Do they ride motorcycles?
I've never seen a motorcycle in any of their stuff.
They hang
but
out at the?
They did hang out at a junkyard in one vignette.
But that's not like a VFW.
No.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they are. Are they in the National Guard? Sort of
Maybe.
part-time
Reserves.
military. Are they in the reserves?
Now, but
What is their
I
deal?
think they were all active duty at one point.
They should rename them Dishonorable Discharge. Honorable Discharge. I don't know. Soldiers of Fortune. 3 Rambos.
There you go. Third Blood.
I got Third Blood, yeah. 3 Many Blood.
3 Rambos.
3 Rambos, that's what you do. Anyways, moving on.
Next, we had Kathy Kelly was
she was lingering about a
while
Ricochet
was
photo shoot.
stretching. Ricochet photo shoot. Thank you. Adam Cole walks in.
I like that he couldn't take 20 seconds to leave his photo shoot and give her some words.
I know.
She was like, I'm lingering around Ricochet's photo shoot.
Anyways, Adam Cole walks in. He says, I want a North American title shot. Ricochet, he just lost.
He's like, why are you waiting for him?
Back of the
I'm
line.
right here. And so he's still after that North American title. And that catches Ricochet's attention because then he's like, whoa, Undisputed Era's over there. I don't want them to be stealing my time with Kathy Kelly.
No.
He goes over there and he says, I must have knocked you so senseless that you forget that I beat you
for this
for
title.
it. But if you want to go again, let's do that. And sure enough, next week you're going to match Adam Cole versus Ricochet. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that one. Probably end with some sort of, the probably got a wonk finish. I don't know. I hope not, but it probably does because these are 2 like takeover level main event guys.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
Next,
it's on TV.
Drew Gulak, which is cool to see him in
Oh
NXT.
man, this was great.
Why? This is like the best Drew Gulak match we've seen.
The Riddle one.
Yeah,
it was like a takeover level match.
I know.
It was insanely.
But
good.
even in the Bugenhagen match, I felt like there was something a little different about Drew.
Yeah, he's in NXT. It's like it's something in the air.
They just let you do whatever you want. I think it's like go in the ring and just put a good match on.
Oh, it's obscene. I didn't realize how tall Drew Gulak was. He's 6 feet.
Yeah,
I figured he'd be like, I don't know, 5'9" or something.
No, I guess not.
But he was taller than Matt Riddle.
Like the same height, I think.
When they were standing, because I looked at it, I was like very surprised. I looked at the picture, and maybe it's because Riddle has a bit more of a hunch.
Yeah.
But they're at least the same height. And
Yeah.
Drew Gulak's head was higher than Matt Riddle's
Well, he's got
head.
like kind of poofy hair too.
That could be. But man, I really want to see Drew Gulak full time in NXT.
Oh hell yeah!
That's the interesting thing about Drew Gulak, though, is that I said this ages ago. When he positioned himself, when he started calling himself the top submission expert in WWE, that left him open for going anywhere he kind of wants to because he's positioned himself that way.
Yeah.
And we've actually seen an effect here. Drew Gulak comes to NXT because they wanted the best submission match they can get. A really impressive submission style match with Matt Riddle, which is obviously his forte.
Yeah.
And that's what we got. But first, we had Drew Gulak versus Eric Bugenhagen. who was air guitaring and tickling the crowd quite a bit.
Well, not just guitaring, but drumming. He was playing keyboards on the rope.
Well, he knows all those instruments, apparently. I've seen in
right.
some of his YouTube stuff, at least, he's quite the guitar aficionado.
Okay.
So, yeah,
A musical fellow.
Yeah, exactly. He's really into that stuff.
Cool. Match was pretty quick, not surprisingly, I guess. Drew wins with the Gulak. Afterwards, he grabs the mic. He says he's insulted by the level of his opponent. He calls Bugenhagen Ben Stiller from Dodgeball, and I got a good response from the crowd.
Even the promo was super intense.
It was good.
Man, you get that good Full Sail crowd in there behind you. I did appreciate, though, when Bugenhagen had the abdominal stretch.
Was air guitar doing the windmills?
He started doing the windmills on it. Yeah, that was
funny.
Cool.
So he says, anybody wants to come out, step up to Drew Gulak, go ahead. Matt Riddle comes out. Bro.
Yeah. And so he answered the challenge. And then we got like a 25-minute match.
It was great.
This was amazing.
This was fantastic.
So good, man.
The first half, it was just all, and it seemed, I want to say shoot in the sense that they were actually trying to make each other tap out. It just felt like they were out there wrestling.
I know it did.
Like it didn't feel like it was worked out in advance.
I know.
And it was great.
I really would like, this is one of the things that you just want to know, like, what's the process here? I'd be fascinated to know what was their process. I mean, they're both really, really, really good. So it wouldn't surprise me if they got in there or beforehand and were like, hey, let's do a bunch of cool wrestling stuff that we can do.
Yeah.
And then just went from there.
Yeah.
But, oh, my God, because I don't know what kind of time they had to prepare. I'm assuming maybe Drew Gulak showed up the earlier in the week.
Yeah.
I don't know, before taping.
Yeah.
I don't know, but holy crap. This is like
so good.
25 minutes, I think, of just because this thing was going on and on.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
All sorts of crazy wrestling submission stuff. In the end, Matt Riddle won with bro mission.
Well, he had a power bomb and then a bro trigger.
Yeah.
And then going for the pin, doesn't get it, and then slaps the bro mission right away on him.
I was surprised he didn't get it with that power bomb and then the bro trigger.
Bro trigger, yeah.
Oh, knee strike.
It was good.
Apparently, somebody said on Twitter, I caught this late, but somebody noticed apparently that, and then it was confirmed by somebody else, that Morrow referred to Nigel as Desmond Wolfe at one point.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
TNA name.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it either, but I was like sort of half paying attention to commentary. But somebody on Twitter, I forget, it's one of the dudes who was also at the Performance Center I started following. I think his name is Justin. Forget. Anyways, he's like, man, yeah, I rewound it and found that bit.
Wow.
He did.
That's crazy. Interesting.
I'm sure it was a joking fashion.
Yeah, anyways, Drew and Matt shake hands after the match, kind of like Macho Man style, holding the wrist. And then Drew leaves. Matt Riddle celebrates. Matt Riddle's going to be over huge in NXT. Massive star. His promo was good, too.
Yeah, it was really good.
Main event, Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, Bianca Belair taking on Shayna Baszler, Jessamyn Duke, and Marina Shafir.
Boy, that crowd really puts Marina Shafir through the ringer, huh? They need to ease up on that a little bit, man. You're not really... I mean, there's a little bit of trial by fire there, I guess. But just yelling at somebody, you can't wrestle.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
Like, it was kind of funnier when it's a guy like Enzo's in there and you're yelling at because he's so full of himself.
Yeah.
And
he's been there for a while.
Right.
Marina Shafir's been there like 6 months.
Yeah, and I get that.
With the idea of learning how to wrestle.
Yeah, and I get that they're throwing her out there. They're giving her and Jessamyn Duke probably a bigger opportunity than a lot of the other, as I call them, developmental deep cuts. By nature of their relationship with Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. I get that.
Yeah.
At the same time, they are taking advantage of that opportunity, putting themselves out there and giving it their damnedest. So I don't know. I'm not really huge on that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It is what it is. I mean, they're going to take a lot of heat and they're going to need to learn to develop thick skins. But I don't know. I wouldn't be doing that.
No. Decent enough match though. Shayna Baszler ate the pin, but it took 3 finishers for her to finally lose. She took an insane elbow from Kairi Sane. Jessamyn Duke breaks up the pin attempt. Bianca Belair hits her finisher on Shayna as well. That time, both Jessamyn and Marina break it up. But finally, Io Shirai pins Shayna after a moonsault. And the best part of this match, I thought, was how Bianca Belair reacted to their win.
She's still in character, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she sees Io Shirai doing this, saying, I pin the champ, I want a title shot, and she's like,
yeah.
and that one point where Kairi Sane grabs her braid and starts to like twirl it around, and she stop.
And then they all raise hands and Bianca Belair. This isn't
interesting. She's less upset that she wasn't the one that got the pin, pretty much.
Right,
it was great.
Exactly.
It was really good.
It was really good. I like when they stick to like their natural, what their character just sort of naturally should be. I don't like huge swings from bad guy to good guy.
No.
It's kind of cheesy.
It is cheesy.
Anyways, nice. We got to talk about NXT UK. Oh man, it's my favorite hour of TV of wrestling every week, man. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Kicked off with Mark Andrews versus Ligero, the Lucha from Leeds. This is a fun enough match. Lots of high flying, flippy stuff. Let me ask you something.
What?
When you're watching this match, maybe it was just me. I was watching this on a treadmill at the gym.
All right. I was watching at home.
Okay. Did they seem just a step slower?
Yeah.
They did, right?
Something seemed a little off about this.
Where was this? This was filmed in the
same set of tapings as last week, as I think it was the day after.
Post Blackpool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, hey, Ligero's outfit, though, the Constructicons outfit, that's great. But everybody seemed to step slow.
A little bit.
Maybe they just had a big high after Blackpool, and then they're like calming down a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You have a takeover the next day. You have 4 hours of TV tapings.
Yeah, that could be.
That could just be tiring. But something. This match is what really stuck out to me. Is like something about this seems a little off.
Yeah, it did seem a little. It seemed a little slow.
Just a little bit off.
Yeah.
Anyways, Andrew's in a position, hit his shooting star press, but Ligero gets his knees up, and Ligero wins following a springboard DDT.
Yeah.
Kind of surprising they had Ligero go over, but not like Mark Andrews in the midst of a huge push either. So.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Mark Andrews might be served way better by being on 205 Live. Which
I don't know if anybody served better by being on 205 Live at this point. Even though the main event last night was awesome.
There's way fewer people.
Yeah.
And hey, when they have matches like that Fatal 4-Way at the what was it, the Rumble, was it?
Yeah. Even the one last night, the main event was really good.
Oh man, it was fantastic.
It was really good.
It was great. But I don't know. I'm not I don't know whose perception of 205 Live is more accurate, yours or mine. You just yesterday you said the perception is sort of main event-ish.
Yeah.
I wonder where main event falls in the ratings every week.
Yeah, it was never on the list that Meltzer puts out.
It's never on the list, yeah.
So below 205 Live.
Is the new newsletter out?
Yeah. In order of priority, it's absolute last of the kind of major first-run programming at WWE, though.
Oh, absolutely.
It's totally last, and that's kind of what I meant. It was analogous to.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, but a lot of people, I was actually kind of surprised, man, when we polled our audience. Actually, we didn't even poll them. When we mentioned the idea of us dropping 205 from this show, which we never seriously considered. I forget under what circumstance. I think I just said something like, nobody really cares about 205.
Yeah.
I got a slew of, in the YouTube comments and on Twitter, people saying, nah, man, don't drop 205. So, I mean, just for our audience anyways, I think for the hardcore wrestling fans.
Yeah. I mean, there's some great wrestling on there.
There
I
really
still like
is.
the show.
But I'm just saying, in terms of how crowded, because NXT UK is really crowded versus how kind of, rebuilding right now 205 Live is. I think a guy like Mark Andrews could really...
would you rather have a smaller role on a show that's more widely viewed, or a large?
NXT gets really good ratings.
NXT UK, I know.
NXT UK, yeah, I know. Yeah.
Or be have a larger role on a show that hardly anybody watches.
Well, hold on a second. I'm trying to the freaking news.
Refresh it.
I did.
Oh, all right.
I can't.
Next, Oney Lorcan interview. He's asked about taking on. Grizzled young grizzled veterans in Phoenix.
Grizzled young veterans.
And then Danny Burch just gets off the phone with Johnny Saint. They're all very excited. They're looking forward to being champions.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
After that, we had a Peter Dune interview.
They were walking around wherever this was, and Radzi was walking with him, and he asked him about Walter. And Pete Dunne said,
"Very impressive. I've held this belt for 600 days. Don't intend on giving it up anytime soon.
I'm sure we're gonna cross paths at one point, but he's gonna find out why I've had it for 600 days."
Yeah, pretty much.
Radzi.
Next, Candy Floss taking on Zaya Brookside.
Oh, Candy Floss.
This is a fun match.
Yeah, a lot of submission stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny. They always say, who wants to fly with Zaya?
Yeah.
But like half her, like 75% of her matches are submission based.
I know.
She's really not a high flyer.
No.
Anyways.
Not really, not so much. She won with the Brooksy Bomb. And then after her win, Rhea Ripley hits the ring.
Oh, my God.
What?
Week ending 129, 205 Live failed to crack the top 20.
The next week it was 10th.
Next week, the next week it was 10.
Wait.
Because there was a lot going on the network, the Rumble week. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
There was TakeOver. Wow, TakeOver Phoenix got number 1, and the Rumble got number 2.
Dang.
That's obscene.
Didn't that happen Survivor Series
Yeah,
weekend
it
too?
did. Yeah. I was really curious if it was going to happen. Oh, my God.
Wow. NXT, A brand, confirmed.
Seriously. And then was NXT TakeOver pre-show, then was the 2018 Rumble, then was 24 Mania New Orleans, then the Page Chronicle, then the 2017 Rumble. Maybe they were playing those on a marathon or something. Then TLC 2018.
That's just the last pay-per-view.
Then NXT TakeOver Phoenix in Spanish, then the Rumble pre-show, and then 10 entries later...
205 Live.
205 Live. Although NXT 120 January 23rd. Oh, never mind. That was the week prior. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, after the match, Rhea Ripley hits the ring, body slams Candy Floss, like throws Zia aside, and then she tosses Candy Floss from the ring, puts Zia Brookside in a cloverleaf. Toni Storm comes down the ring, trying to make the save. She accidentally headbutts Zia, eats a boot, and Riptide for Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. Ooh. So that feud is continued. Not surprising.
No.
After that, we had a lot of Jordan Devlin's head.
Yeah, man.
He really kind of looked like Big Head Mode in this. It's just, I'm not sure how far out his arms were, but it was just a lot of head.
Yeah.
And he looked kind of self-conscious doing this promo because I think he was like outside.
Yeah, he was outside.
And there's probably like people milling about.
Yeah, he didn't want to seem like someone just like, recording a diatribe on their iPhone.
Right, exactly.
So,
and who knows, he was like, there might be a pub nearby, a couple dudes stumbling out after having too many pints, like a Waymaker comes stumbling out. Oh, you better end. He's like, I'm trying to record my promo here. Oh, buttocks.
Yeah.
Brexit. Oh, you remain or leave? I'm remain. Boo. Leave. You know that? Remain or leave? You know that, right?
That's the Brexit thing,
right?
That's
the Brexit thing, yeah. Are you remain or leave, Larson?
Remain means stay in the EU, right?
Yeah, man.
I'd probably be remain.
You got to remain.
I'd be remain, yeah. Yeah, I'd be remain.
Would you prefer a bad deal or a no deal?
A bad deal means a bad deal leaving EU?
Yeah.
And no deal means
I don't even know what no deal means. I think it just means that they leave the EU with no deal in place. I don't know what's worse.
A bad deal or no deal? It's like that's a lesser of two evils situation.
I guess so. I think no deal leaves the door open for a good deal. Maybe.
I don't know,
man.
I don't know, man.
I don't know any of this stuff.
Remain. That's the answer though. Remain.
Yeah, man.
Next, Wild Boar versus Joseph Connors. I know they probably won't do a whole lot with this Wild Boar guy, but he's fun.
Mm-hmm. He's great. He should keep that vest on for when he fights Walter.
Yeah.
Because he's got those
he's
probably rubber.
He's going to need that.
He's going to need those.
Whenever he fights Walter.
Man, oh, man.
Although that when Joseph Connors was on the ropes and looked like Wild Boar was going to go for a 619, but instead did like a crossbody onto him and bet Joseph Connors back like that. Oh, man, that hurts. Yeah, that looked painful.
It did, I know.
Like shoot painful. Anyways, Joseph Connors won with Don't Look Down.
Yeah.
Finally got a win.
I love...
losing to Ligero, whoever he lost to that one time.
Yeah. It's funny because stuff like this episode kind of does illustrate the point that you've made in the past, in that because they don't really have stories, dude, there's really only been like 2 stories There's been Eddie Dennis versus Dave Mastiff. That was a story.
And then Gallus versus British Strong Style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was a story.
Well, we got Jordan Devlin and Travis Banks. That's a story.
Yeah, that's a bit of a story. Yeah, and you know what? That ended up being pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you get this Joseph Connors and then Ligero beats Mark Andrews, but Mark Andrews is supposed to be, I don't know.
They're all just trading wins and losses amongst each other.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little too much.
But then, Joseph Connors for 2 weeks in a row had really good promos. Oh, they might be doing something with Joseph Connors. Loss. Right away. Loss.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, well, this is an interesting direction for the storyline. And then he hasn't done any promo since, and since that loss, I don't think he's had any matches.
You know what it's like? It's going to be me because, like with Steve W, so far the majority of the matches have been shoots because I like to sort of see how certain things play out, and then I'll maybe start booking some worked matches in there into the video game stuff.
So whereas I've taken the opposite approach, I'm doing a lot of worked matches, and then down the line it'll be more shoot stuff.
Right, exactly. But in UK, it's all just shoot.
I guess
they just go out there. Whoever wins.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Next, we had Gallus backstage.
Copy imitations at Joe Coffee, but he spelled it like the drink. Who comes up with these names?
It might be his name.
Coffey.
Yeah, might be his name. So I didn't know Joe Coffey had a match last night. So I see him sparring with his brother. I'm like, why isn't his brother the one doing the sparring?
Oh my God! I forgot to watch that match. I finished up with Joe.
You didn't watch the main event.
And then Mark started walking down, and I was at the treadmill. I was like, God damn, I've done like 3 miles in this thing. I'm going to go home and watch the rest. And I didn't. Oh, I forgot to watch the Walter match. Let me guess. Walter won, and there were some chops.
There was a couple chops, yeah.
Okay.
The worst one was probably the one of his back. He chopped Mark Coffey in his back.
That sucks.
And like the chops Walter was doing last night, it didn't get the real crisp smack sound.
Oh, yeah.
He got the guttural of hand hitting rib cage.
Oh, that sucks.
So it's more of a thump than a slap sound.
Oh man, I gotta watch that freaking match.
But
man.
Mark Coffey's got like a bunch of hair on his chest.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really see any of the damage done.
Yeah.
So
less impressive.
Yeah.
But anyways, no, you were saying you didn't realize that
Joe Coffey had a match last night. So he was sparring with his brother. His brother was holding up his hands, and Joe was throwing some punches. I'm like, why is Joe Coffey sparring when his brother has the match?
Well, you didn't note it when he started yelling. Is it because the accent's kind of thick? He started saying, first it's going to be me, and I'm going to be Goss, and then you're going to get there.
There was punching before that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But once I realized that.
Once he started yelling at him.
I was like, oh, he has a match.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Now I understand it.
Yeah, they just throw people out there, man. They just throw them out there.
No stories.
Do you have a match? You have a match? You have a match? You have a match?
After that.
You're Goss. I'm Goss. Mine. You know.
There was an interview with Ginny that was really good.
Yeah, that was cool. Radzi.
Yeah, she was getting him some static about his fashion sense.
She had a point. Where was his tie? He's
Yeah.
usually a very dapper guy.
Yeah, no tie.
She's like, your wardrobe is crap and your face is ugly, so you need people to look away from that. And then he's like, thanks. How's the division here looking? And she was like, lots of talented women, but
once again, Tony Storm's getting my way.
Yeah.
Yes, give me Tony Storm versus Ginny.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
I'd love to
See
see
what they
it.
can do.
Yeah.
Next, Ashton Smith took on Joe Coffey.
From Galas.
This was a bit more competitive match than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, me too. Ashton Smith, he's very herky-jerky.
Did Wolfgang and Mark... Yeah. So when Mark Coffey and Wolfgang came out on the ramp first before Joe Coffey, Wolfgang is like...
I thought he was going to be the one fighting.
They can't stop him from talking trash.
Yeah.
Like he's out there talking trash and Mark Coffey's getting on like,
Yeah.
all right, you need to calm down here.
Yeah, he's the loose cannon.
Yeah, it's pretty
Which
great.
is surprising because Wolfgang comes off, like in his previous iteration as good guy Wolfgang.
Yeah.
He came off as a fairly mild guy, like a pretty mellow guy. And then even on Twitter he does.
Now he just runs off at the mouth.
Now he's just like shoot from the hip.
Yep.
That's great.
Joe Coffey won the discus lariat, competitive match, but the finish went exactly how you think it would. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as Joe Coffey left the ring, walked up the ramp, he was met by his brother Mark, and he took on Walter.
Yeah.
This was a good match.
Well, I need to watch it then.
You do need to watch
apparently.
it. But yeah, Walter won with a powerbomb.
Oh, man, a new patron.
That was great.
XOD. I don't know how to say this name. XOD?
I don't know, man. I'm not good at pronouncing things.
Yeah. So it was a good match.
Yeah, it was a good match. Good competitive match.
Oh,
yeah.
it was a competitive match?
Yeah, it was a good competitive match.
Walter, yay or nay for you?
Yeah, I like Walter.
Does it look like a big baby?
Uh-huh.
But that's kind of his appeal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a very...
I have no idea how old he is. He could be anywhere from like in his mid-20s to his
mid-50s.
Yeah, I'll say mid-40s or early 50s.
If he had just a hint of gray in his hair, he could be like mid-50s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying.
What are you doing? You watching the Walter match right now?
No, I'm in the middle of a podcast. I would never do that.
I mean, that's definitely the copyright. No, that's a PG,
Why are you in my business
TV,
right now?
PG.
That's my question.
You're always
for
looking
you.
on my screen. We're supposed to be doing a show here.
Is anybody telling us should it be remain or leave? Oh, here we go.
Remain or leave. Turn that off.
Turn one off.
Turn
oh
the
man,
match
look
off.
at that. Mark is really taking it to Walter right there.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's like, I got you, you big baby. Oh, you're gonna cry for your bubby. That's right, you're gonna do. My gosh, bubby.
All right. 205 Live was
baby
next.
wants some milk. Suck it from the teat.
You're like the Wolfgang of this show.
Put some milk in my coffee.
All right.
My Joe coffee.
205 Live kicked off with Mike Kanellis versus the Brian Kendrick.
Yes. He's growing that goatee back a little bit.
A little bit. Maria Kanellis, again, on commentary. Her and Aiden English still sparring verbally.
Is this... Yeah, dude. Aiden English needs to get better quick. He's doing the thing that Nigel used to do where he just picks on people.
Yeah.
And it's kind of unsettling. But
then Nigel got better about it. Now Nigel's really good.
Now he's great.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
I like also when Nigel will reference his own career, too. Mm-hmm. That's always fascinating to me.
The level of insight he provides to matches is outstanding. That's
Did you ever end up watching that documentary?
No, I haven't had time yet.
Oh, it's so
I really
good.
want to.
It's so. I don't think it's that long. I don't know.
It's like an hour, isn't it?
Maybe.
I guess I could have watched that instead of the Fire Festival documentary last weekend.
It's Exodia. Oh, like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Exodio.
All right.
Exodia.
So Mike Kanellis had the upper hand for a good stretch of this match. He was just kicking Brian Kendrick in the head over and over and over.
Yeah.
Didn't go for the pin, though. Kendrick puts in the captain's hook. Kanellis gets out. Again, just starts beating up on him. Kendrick reverses one move, hits slice spread number 2, and picks up the win.
Is this punishment or is this a story, Larson?
Unsure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kind of feels like
it could go either way.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
It could go either way.
I think Mike Kanellis, there was this awesome close-up of him before the match started. He was, I think, up on the turnbuckle. Him and Maria Kanellis do like some weird hand symbols things.
Yeah.
And there was a great close-up on him, and he looked all sort of menacing. And I'm like, man, that dude's got he's got so much to offer, I feel. And it is an absolute bizarre thing that he's in right now.
Yeah, I know.
He's on 205 Live.
I know.
That's just weird to me.
It is weird. Yeah, I don't get it either.
So, I don't know, man. It's a bummer. And then they have him losing to Brian Kendrick. I am assuming this is storyline. I hope this is storyline.
Yeah, same here.
Send him to NXT UK, man.
Just let him go. That's what he wants. Let him go.
I don't want him to go. I want him to be in WWE doing good.
He
works so hard to get there.
I want him to do what he wants to do to be happy. Next, we had
Where do you think he would go? Ring of Honor?
I mean, that's what we heard, but who knows how truthful that is. I mean, we also heard AJ had a hernia. But
Ouch.
I know.
Oh, my God. That's horrible.
Yeah. Wait till that chop on the back.
Gee,
It's coming up after this.
All right.
We had an Arya Daivari promo, kind of explained why he turned on Hideo Itami last week.
Yeah, he said, just how much do I have to do for you? I'm like, that's interesting, but you've only been with Hideo Itami for
3 weeks.
3 weeks. But they needed some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably should have gone with, you know what? This goes to show you can't trust anybody.
Or I only used you to get my foot back in the door here in 205 Live.
Right, exactly. Like, do you like how we just came up with 2 better motivations off the top of our heads?
I know. Then we got a Leo Rush promo.
Oh, this was good.
Yeah, this was good.
This was really good. Like, ever since they kept him away from the comedy stuff, and even they sort of had him pivot from comedically arrogant to just like kind of menacingly arrogant.
Yeah, I know.
And I really liked it. So he gave a little diatribe on each of the competitors.
And he's still got beef with Cedric Alexander.
I loved how they played that up in the match. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was so good.
After that, we had a Brian Kendrick Akira Tozawa promo where they each spoke a bit. Tozawa wants to be a 2-time Cruiserweight champion.
Can anybody do more with a smile than Akira Tozawa?
I don't think so.
The crowd, you literally, so it was like full screen. You literally hear the crowd light up when he does that big smile of his at the end. Akira Tozawa is great. Unfortunately, he's going to lose to
Buddy Murphy, probably. Humberto Carrillo had a brief promo.
I like this. You know, I liked it because half of it was in Spanish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
He said, "Esta noche," which means tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
This night, yes.
This night, yeah. See, look, you're learning.
I took Spanish in junior high.
See.
A little bit, so I remember a little bit of it. Oh, that was a chop. You see that?
Oh, where's that rewind button? 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, I'm going to be.
And then Cedric Alexander had a brief little promo, too.
Yeah, he's kind of boring, City. I'll be honest with you.
He needs to move on and do something else.
Everybody else's promo he does. That's the thing. Everybody else's promo is just kind of chock full of personality, and then Cedric shows up. And although he's like my second favorite wrestler he's my second favorite wrestler amongst the guys that are there. Lio Rush is my favorite. He's just so devoid of
his new ring gear looks great, though. I like that.
the
Bright,
comic book
colorful,
stuff?
yeah. It's awesome.
It looked beautiful.
It's awesome. Look at that drop kick from Walter. And then we had
I wonder if I could do a convincing drop kick.
It seems either it's easier than it seems or way more difficult.
Oh,
powerbomb!
shit.
Oh my god! There's so much. There was so much stank on that.
Oh my God. That was ridiculous. Ouch. Hey, yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. Next, we had Drake, Drew Gulak, and Jack Gallagher backstage. They were complaining about something. I don't remember what it was.
Umberto.
Yeah.
They were complaining about Umberto,
Yeah, that's right.
but I forget what the
And somehow it
problem was.
pivots to Tony Nese being suspended too. Anyways, in walks Noam Dar. He wants a match with Tony Nese, and Drake's like, "No, I'm not gonna give Tony Nese what he wants." Noam says, "No, I want it," and he says, "Okay, I'll give it to you.
You're
Plus, I'll
gonna
make it
do
no
it next
DQ."
week. I want it next week. You're gonna do it, Jake.
And it's no DQ.
And it's no DQ on 205 Live. Anyways, that's enough of that. Cool. I've seen the main event. It was great.
It's good.
Yeah.
Main event of this show: Lio Rush versus Akira Tozawa versus Humberto Carrillo versus Cedric Alexander. Elimination 4-way match. Number one contender for Buddy Murphy's cruiserweight title. This was awesome.
Number one, every fatal 4-way should be an elimination match.
Yeah.
Or triple threat. It should always be. Elimination is so great.
Oh, it's fantastic.
So it kicked off with all four competitors sort of staring each other down.
And they all turned their attention towards Lio Rush.
Well, Lio Rush especially started talking crap to Cedric Alexander. Cedric was talking back. And Cedric's actually, when he's in the ring talking trash, he's great.
I know.
He's really great. I wish he would bring that to his promos. And then Lio turns to the other two and says, "I've beat both of you." And Cedric's like, "You haven't beat me." And then they all turn and look at Lio. And there's this great shot of Leo's face as he's realizing that they're all looking at him. He's like,
That was good.
and then there's this awesome opening sequence where he just starts evading everybody. They all come at him one by one, and he's doing all this parkour type evasion stuff.
Yeah.
And it looks great. It was fantastic.
It was fantastic. Eventually, it starts, like a lot of multi-person matches, it'll break down to little one-on-one matchups that are interrupted here and there. The first eliminated, though, was Lio Rush. Akira Tozawa kind of kicked him out of the corner right into a lumbar check. Cedric pins him.
Yes.
Cedric does like a springboard clothesline and kind of slips on the top rope, which I'm guessing was intentional
Yeah.
because it looked like the most graceful mess up I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of impressive, actually.
Yeah.
But you're right. And yeah.
And so he's still on a knee injury. Akira Tozawa pins Carrillo after a top rope senton. This part was great, where Cedric was going for his neuralizer. Akira caught him directly into a German suplex.
Yes.
I'm happy they're letting Akira do his German suplex again.
I
'cause it's
know.
great.
I know. That was awesome.
And then he follows up with another German suplex. Mm-hmm. And then after a bit of a wonky reverse Ronda spot, they had to try to hit a couple different times. Tozawa hits the senton on Cedric and gets the win.
Yes. Yeah.
That second time, that could have went really bad because Cedric had him in lumbar checks position. I think what was supposed to happen is he's supposed to kind of throw him up, and Tozawa was supposed to land on his shoulders.
Yeah.
In like an electric chair position, and then do reverse Ronda right from that. But they had a hard time.
It got
getting him.
weird.
The second time especially.
Yeah, it looked really weird. It was like one leg, and he was like, whoa.
Yeah, he had to get his.
It looked
feet
really
under him.
ugly, but I thought it was very, very. I thought it was a very effective finish. It was like an ugly finish. Mm-hmm. It helped sort of protect Cedric Alexander. Yeah, I thought it was all really good.
And then after Tozawa wins, Buddy Murphy shows up in the Titantron and says, "You're not.
Hello, mate.
You're not going to beat me. You can't stop.
I'm
that which is
unstoppable. I'm the greatest cruiserweight of all time. We're gonna open some mail now.
Yeah, I think I know what this is.
Caleb Dick here in chat asks, "Are you gonna live react to the All Elite Wrestling ticket party today?"
It starts at 6 p.m. We're not going to be
here.
That's
a big old no. Hard no. Hard pass.
Hard pass.
Is Kenny going to be there? Do we have insider info?
We don't have insider info, I don't think. At least I haven't read the newsletter yet, but I'm be surprised if he wasn't there. Anyways, go ahead and answer or ask 2 questions.
All right, I'm going to look at super chats. I put Alex C on timeout, by the way.
Why?
I forget now. He said something rude to me. Oh, he said, and it actually made me chuckle, but I can't let these kids get away with this stuff, man. He said, the professionalism of Steve, watching something mere minutes after he reviews it. Oh, man.
Remember one time we were doing Book of the Match with Dan, and I was watching the main event of SummerSlam 94 as we were doing our recap earlier on.
That's awesome.
So Steve's not alone. I got your back on that one.
Jeffrey Nguyen says, Bugenhagen, Bugenhagen. And then he says, I want to rock, but I think he means it in the high-pitched voice, which I do not, I don't possess. You used to, but you said you don't anymore.
I can't really do that anymore.
Jeffrey Nguyen also, he says, I, for one, welcome my new overlord Waymaker, the GIR Illuminati. He is confirmed become leader of GIR Illuminati.
Seems that way.
Matt J. Hendricks. Io Shirai versus Shayna Baszler at TakeOver New York is where Baszler loses and is headed to main roster.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. I think in the same way that I kind of feel like the core 6 that they've got right now is they're going to roll with them for another year or so. I kind of feel maybe the same about Shayna Baszler. They're gonna effectively use her for proper call-ups. Who is this from? Is this from Stevie Bradley?
I believe this is from Stevie Bradley.
Is this from Stevie Bradley?
A couple of Steve Weisers here. Oh, these are nice and cold, too. You ready?
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. From the El Segundo Brewing Company, Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA. What?
Look at that.
That's awesome.
And that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so.
Stevie Bradley sent it to us. Thank you, Stevie Bradley. Having a hard time tracking this stuff down here in NorCal.
Yeah, dude.
Save this for our next live stream.
Look at it. It says California up here.
Well,
California.
Oh, and it says El Segundo on mine.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
These are nice and cold.
That is damn awesome, son.
Yeah, we'll drink these next, I guess, for Elimination Chamber.
Heck yeah.
Don't you mean, oh, hell yeah?
Oh, hell yeah. You dumb son of a bitch. What, you mealy mouth son of a bitch with your little bitty eyes.
Moving on.
All right. Matt J. Hendricks. Oh, you did that one already. Marcus Harrison. Your boy is on day 3 of fish and veggies. Today is spinach. Build my rep as #1 top office heel. I support that fully.
Wow.
100% on board with that.
He might be my new hero, my new inspiration.
I know.
He's just going in there.
He's doing what's best for him.
Marcus Harrison, no
And his
F's
health.
given. Alex C's back. He says, wow. He says, wow, Steve. He's like, just wait till I see you. I'm 7 feet tall. I'm going to stump you out.
Yeah, he is tall. Scorpio85, thanks for the shout-out, Steve, because my name is John McCleve. I'm coming for shirts next.
Ooh, shirts. Guys. BreakingControllers.com. Between NXT UK and 205, what if they have trios titles?
They should just do trios for 205.
They don't have enough people there now, man.
Yeah, no, not anymore. Donovan Dean, WCW, better stories, fun wrestling, better wrestling.
I don't know, man. You got to watch the Fatal 4-Way on WCW
It is
next
really
week.
good. It is
so
really
far,
good.
it's Match of the Year contender.
It is
in
Match
fun
of the Year
wrestling.
contender. It's really good.
But I appreciate it. I know we got new episodes up today. I've taken the early lead in the ratings battle.
It's fine.
I had to whip up friggin' 6 theme songs yesterday.
Yeah.
They're all good, though, but I'm so close to the limit of what I can do with GarageBand.
Exactly. I already feel like I'm past that limit.
I'm at the precipice. Let's see where
because
the
like
ratings
I have
stand.
a vibe in my head I want to capture.
Yeah.
and GarageBand just doesn't cut anymore. And there's not a whole lot. There's not enough post-processing options. Like you record your own bit, and like if I want to put a filter on there other than echo or reverb, I can't.
Yeah.
Or compress it or EQ it. It's very frustrating. Anyways, Exodia. Like the Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Exodia? Yeah, I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Nor do I.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh?
Scorpio 85. Walter is 31.
He's 10 years younger than you, and like 9 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm. He could easily be our age, it seems like, just looking at him. Matt J. Hendricks, Shirai versus Baszler at TakeOver. I'm going to be surprised that match happens, but I don't think it'd be a shoo-in that you would win.
Walter's one of those dudes who looks like... Well, I don't know. We've seen him live. I don't remember. We weren't that close, though.
It was PWG. We were pretty close.
We're like 10 rows back.
I'm just saying, the venue's not large.
Yeah, I'm not saying we're in the lower Bulletin Arena.
No, anyways,
I'm
continue.
just saying I wasn't next to the guy.
Yeah.
I wasn't close enough to know if he looks like intimidating up close. Like, how tall is the guy? If he's 6'4", then okay.
I think he's like 6'1" or 6'2".
Yeah. I'm hungry.
Me too. His presence is solid, though, in terms of...
His camera presence is definitely solid.
Yeah, I remember the presence
Definitely
of the PWG shows being pretty solid.
Yeah. Let's see here. Wolfpack for life. What aspects or features from other sports, NBA, NFL, and MLB, would you bring to WWE and vice versa? I would bring the red card and yellow card from soccer.
Off-season.
From soccer.
An off-season.
Somebody gets in the ref's face.
We get an off-season, and that way we can get off-season drama with the wrestler movement.
That's good.
That's always the most exciting, especially the NBA. That's my favorite part of the NBA season is the off-season trade deadline stuff. Because last night on Twitter, all the trades were happening. I was like, oh, this is cool.
When's the trade deadline? Today, right?
Yeah, at noon our time.
And there's, who was it? Brian Windhorst, I think, was saying that the Pelicans were simply messing with the Lakers to get back at them for tampering, that they had no intentions of trading Anthony Davis. And so they kept on demanding like different things. And so to try to throw the chemistry off, like the Lakers kept on offering up a bunch of their talent.
They pretty much offered their starting five, save for LeBron. It was Kuzma, it
Ball.
was LeVar,
Yeah.
it was Ingram,
Yeah.
it was Josh Hart, and somebody else plus multiple first rounders.
Right. And it was on what's her name? The redhead
Rachel Nichols.
Rachel Nichols on her show. I think it's called The Jump. Tracy McGrady's on there too. And she's like, I have no insider info, but were the Pelicans just messing with the Lakers for tampering? And Brian Windhorst essentially confirmed it. He was like, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in the NBA right now.
That's crazy.
It's pretty fascinating.
That is crazy.
Let's see here. Jamie Fonseca. How long until we see a full merger between 205 Live and NXT? I would and would not be surprised if something like that happened.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, and I guarantee they probably don't even know. They're probably still treading the waters and figuring out all this stuff. Mm-hmm. So I doubt there's a solid answer. But what is the function of 205 Live? Like, I am curious to know if...
Well, like we know what the function of NXT is and all the NXT subsidiaries. It's a feeder system.
So we know what kind of. Like NXT UK is the one place where I could see there being... There have to be lifers in NXT UK.
Yeah. Well, I should say
people.
they serve dual purposes. They serve as a territory for that particular region of the world, and people could probably make a good living spending their entire career there. But also, it's a developmental and feeder system for the main roster. That's what Triple H just said.
Yeah.
Where you succeed in one of the NXT territories, you move to NXT Prime, you succeed there, you get a path to the main roster. That's the idea.
Well, it's funny. He really needs to... Not he needs to. I think it should be interpreted as not if you succeed in the territory, it's if we have a spot that we think you could fill perfectly on main roster, that's who gets called up. Because you could have all the success in the world, but if you're redundant against somebody else on Raw or SmackDown or Raw and SmackDown, then you're not going to be there. They call up people. They bring in people as they need him, which is kind of the idea behind, I think, Drew Gulak going to NXT for that match.
Well, they want a technical showcase for Matt Riddle, so they brought in the best technical wrestler they probably had available.
Exactly. And so it's just they're just there. With Drew Gulak, though, I don't know, man. I could see him going to Maine.
Oh, I think that'd be good.
I think I would be surprised if a year from now he wasn't on Maine, or 2 years from now. Let's see here. The Mayor Pete. What is Eric Bugenhagen's ceiling?
Unless they add some dimension to his character.
I think it's too early to tell.
Yeah.
I think as a clean slate, it's very high. But obviously in wrestling, a lot has to happen, for you to reach that ceiling.
Yes.
Especially because he didn't make a name for himself in the independent circuit first. So we don't really have like a body of work to look at.
Exactly.
So you're basically starting from scratch, and that doesn't always work out the best. There just isn't there's not a lot of precedent for a guy starting from scratch from a different sport through the NXT developmental system over the past 5 years. Or am I wrong about that?
I'm thinking.
I mean, you have maybe the best example is Authors of Pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good example.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking singles wise, even Velveteen Dream had matches before.
Yeah, but like Eric Bugenhagen.
It is a mouthful.
Yeah. He was an amateur wrestler, so it's not like he's coming in from a completely different sport. He has a wrestling background at least.
I mean, you could look at Chad Gable and Jason Jordan as guys who weren't on the independent circuit beforehand, came up through NXT's developmental system, and had some measure of success.
Yeah, and again, amateur wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of like
And I see more personality in this guy than at least Jason Jordan. It might be on par with Chad Gable, or maybe even natural charisma above Chad Gable.
Yeah, maybe.
How tall is he? Is Bugenhagen?
I don't know.
He was a bit taller than Gulak, wasn't he?
Yeah,
about 6'2".
He
Maybe?
seems like. I mean, they said he wrestled as a heavyweight in college.
Oh, okay, and he's jacked.
Yeah, he's huge.
Let's see here. Nope. This is interesting. David Prock. The premise of this is if Daniel Bryan is building a faction, as opposed to just keeping it rowing. Mm-hmm. He says, could you see Drew Gulak as another intellectual peer of Daniel Bryan?
Oh, I think that'd be good.
I would love to see that. I wonder if they have any history.
Drew Gulak for a better Earth.
There you go. Let's see here.
I don't know. Drew Gulak's been wrestling for a long time. I don't know if he's ever crossed paths with one Daniel Bryan.
So I wouldn't have known about Daniel Bryan and Mustafa Ali having crossed paths in any way, save for Mustafa Ali saying it.
I think so, yeah,
right?
like in 2010, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, Drew Gulak.
It's entirely possible.
It's funny because Drew Gulak, Daniel Bryan seems to have an eye for talent.
Yeah.
And he has no problem helping them succeed.
Yeah, I know.
And it wouldn't surprise me at all if a guy like Drew Gulak. Oh, what is that right there? Daniel Bryan. Oh, okay. Did they have a little thing at the Greatest Rumble? Was Drew Gulak in the?
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Let's see here. Penultimate Tommy Wiseau. How would a wrestler sell a belt shot from Daniel Bryan's eco-friendly title belt?
Maybe act like he got a splinter or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or hemp can be, I guess, depending on how it's processed, might be a little rough. So like a rug burn.
Oh, yeah. That could be the
like
case, yeah. Let's see here. Did you ever see Dodgeball?
Yeah.
Were you a fan of that movie?
It was all right. Donovan Dean is AEW being overexposed and overhyped.
I think, I'll put it this way. I think there's way too much very silly conversation about what AEW is and is not.
Yeah, we get into that in Matt Chat on Sunday.
We do. Like, they've got their jump to conclusions mat out on that one. And they're jumping to a lot of conclusions. And, obviously we speculate a lot about All Elite Wrestling based off of what we know. There's a guy with a lot of money. Wrestlers are talking about that money. And it has caused WWE to shift things around, even if it's a little bit. But beyond that, we don't really know a whole lot. So, all we know is that there's a company out there who has signed talent. They have money. And that talent is, by all reports, considering that as a possibility as an alternative to WWE. So that's kind of all we know at this point.
Yes.
But there's a lot of conversation about it. So, which I guess is a good thing for All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah.
We'll see how their ticket party goes today.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
I'm going to go to the Discord now and see what the yokels over there are talking about.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Cody Miles. This is probably, we're talking about this on Overrun. The Undertaker's rate. Did you see his rate?
Oh, no. What's his rate?
$25,000 an hour.
Wow.
You want me? You're going to have to pony up some serious cash.
Wow. Wow, good for him.
Is there any way we could recoup $25,000 plus probably whatever expenses it takes to get him out here for an hour?
No, probably not.
To sit down.
You're talking about $30,000 roughly.
$30,000. Could we recoup that in any way?
No. No. No way.
I don't think there's any way we can recoup that money.
No, we can't do it.
I mean, at most, it'd get like 100,000 views.
Yeah, I know. At most. Isn't he doing he's doing like a 3 or 4 day tour in the United Kingdom coming up here soon. Like he's doing a couple of those Inside the Rope shows.
If we had him on a podcast and we went like a minute over the podcast, you just doubled your rate.
I know.
No way, man. I'm not doing that.
No. 25 grand. Wow.
Yowza.
That's crazy.
That's interesting. Jimmy Thomas has the stat. Drew is 6 feet. Matt is 6'2". So apparently Matt Riddle was hunching quite a bit because
maybe
when I was looking at it, let's see here.
Poofy hair.
Yeah,
Drew has poofy
a lot
hair.
of poofy hair. Apparently,
an inch of poofy hair at least.
He says Drew Gulak should stay on NXT. He could do so well there.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. Hafty also says, what should Pat McAfee's theme song be now that he's a member of NXT? I guess today was his first official day.
Yeah, I saw that.
As an employee. Is he going to be doing, what is he going to be doing, commentary? I mean, I know he does NXT.
I think he's just doing the NXT pre-show stuff, right?
That's it? He's been doing that already. Why does he need to be a full employee?
I don't know. Maybe he's doing something else.
I wonder if they're going to groom him for commentary. I think he'd probably be good at that. I like Pat McAfee. I kind of like him better than Sam Roberts. You see that song where Sam Roberts said that he wasn't fed?
Yeah, we read that together.
The line? Oh, did we?
Yeah, I think this is my speculation. They just kayfabed what would seem pretty obvious to be direction he was getting.
A bunch of BS, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
because both him and Pat McAfee stopped what they were doing to listen to what
Pat McAfee had listening face on, and it wasn't listening to Sam Roberts. It was listening to what's going on.
No, because Sam wasn't talking.
Because Sam stopped abruptly.
Now pause for about 15 seconds.
Because really? You want me to say that? Okay. So Bianca Belair doesn't deserve to be a takeover, really?
That's kind of how it was.
That's kind of how it was. Adam Darwin asks, what order will the Elimination Chamber participants come out in? Who's last?
For which match? Tag titles or WWE Championship?
Let's just do tag titles and save the other one for our predictions.
All right. So first two in will be, let's do Riot Squad and Iconics. Third in, do Carmella and Naomi. Fourth, Sasha and Bailey. Fifth, Nia and Tamina, and then Absolution last.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Lucha Underground stuff tomorrow.
Yeah.
On the news show.
Yeah. It's quite a situation.
Yeah. What a debacle. Kind of glad we didn't cover that place. So anyways, we have a post-show overrun coming up for patrons. $5
Thursday. What's the
up.
theme of Thursday show? It's 10 for the win
10
Thursday.
for the win Thursdays.
All right.
So
I better find a non-news story that can inspire a top 10 list. Yes.
The Undertaker, top 10 wrestlers with the highest
PO
per hour payout, non-wrestling.
25 grand is crazy.
$25,000 an hour.
You want me to show up to your birthday party? To your kid's birthday party?
$25,000.
Joey Ryan showed up at a wedding. They paid him his payout and gave him a merch table.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's probably much more affordable than The Undertaker.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna bring Joey Ryan out here.
Yeah, he'd totally do that.
He'd do that. Play some video games with him.
That'd be cool.
I wonder if he likes video games. Seems like a video game playing.
Yeah,
type.
maybe.
Like old, like some Nintendo 64.
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
That'd be
Nintendo
fun.
64 games.
I'd
Yes.
hang out with him for a day. Anyways, not for $25,000 though.
Yeah. No.
Imagine Undertaker. How weird would it be? Undertaker went sauntering through that door.
Like, what kind of shithole office is this?
Hey, you know what though? For that $25,000, he'll probably say, "I'll put you down like a dog."
Probably would.
Get him to wear that shirt.
Yeah.
Can we just do this? Pay $25,000 for 1 hour for our show. We'll just have him sit in the corner over there
With the shirt on.
with the shirt on. We'll have an Undertaker Cam shirt on.
There you go.
With like a cam on him with like friendomarket.com. And maybe it'll sell. Be like QVC.
There you go.
Yeah.
Some premium garments here.
He's just Barry Bratwurst.
Yeah, pretty much.
Put him in some skits.
This shirt.
Just crank a bunch of content out in an hour.
Guaranteed Pete on.
Put him in Friendo Road.
There you go.
He could be the H champion.
I know. Undertaker, do you want to be H champion? What kind of piece of shit belt is this?
Oh, man. Scorpio885 says, thanks for making my 1-year-old daughter smile while watching. Well, that's good. That's always fun when your little 1-year-old smiles because you're like, why are you smiling? It's either because they farted, they pooped, or you actually did something to them.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Here's an ad for our Patreon. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.